Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is a love tarot reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading will apply to everyone watching today. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and your situation, and release the rest to the universe. So let's see what the message is today for the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? And we have the Four of Swords. Put a few more cards out, then we'll start talking about the message that the divine is sharing with the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? And we have the Knight of Swords. Let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? And this is the Page of Cups. Okay, guys, well, with the Four of Swords leading the way, I feel that this is telling us, for most of you watching this reading, that your person is retreated away from you at the moment and there's not much happening between the two of you. It is about this person being silent. It is about them being quiet. But the Four of Swords is a time of quiet reflection, looking within, having conversations with ourselves on those inner planes. And this is something that this person has needed to do for quite some time. It's just that it took someone as powerful as you to reflect back to this person those things within themselves that they need to heal. Four of Swords is a card of healing. It also comes with a number 4. The number 4, as we talk about on this channel all the time, that is a powerful number because it is about stability. Your person gaining that stability, emotional stability and maturity during this time that they are away from you. And that is something that they have needed. They've needed to grow up. They've needed to be able to hit that space of emotional maturity, because if they had had that when the two of you were spending time together, they would have had conversations with you, adult conversations, and you have adult conversations in adult relationships. That is how it's supposed to work. You don't do things like running away. You don't do things like playing the silent game or the silent treatment or shutting down or not being able to be emotionally expressive. And this is what your person has been healing and working through during the time that they have been in this silent space. Healing, releasing, letting go of things that are holding them back. Emotionally growing up as well, because with the Page of Cups being here, this is about your person acknowledging that they weren't grown up when you were spending time together. They didn't want to grow up. They wanted to stay in that stuck cycle of who they were. But during this time that you've been apart from each other, they have been doing a lot of thinking. Lots of thinking, with the Knight of Swords being present on the table. The Knight of Swords, all knights are ruled by air, and swords are also representing air. So, air is things like thinking, ideas, thoughts, making decisions, communicating. Communicating at the moment on the inner planes to try and figure themselves out, but also reaching out to communicate with you as well, because the Page of Cups is about a message of love coming from this person. A message from them communicating to you. Now, the Knight of Swords is an air sign, so that is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, but you don't have to be an air sign or any of the signs that I mentioned for this reading today. This is a collective reading and it is for everyone. It's more important that we consider the overall message that the universe is sharing with all of you today. And that is, your person is at the moment in this quiet space trying to figure themselves out. They are trying to heal things, release things, let go of things that have been holding them back. They want to talk. They know it's time to make decisions to come towards you. And apologize as well is part of that Page of Cups. But the Page of Cups is a message of love from the one that you love, the one that loves you. An offer of love coming from this person as well, because the Page of Cups is ruled by water, which is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And water is all about emotions, romance, feelings, and love. But your person knows it's time to reach out. They know that it's time to bridge this distance. 2 cards of communication in the first 3 cards that we have on the table for the reading today. Your person knows it's time to come out of this place of quiet reflection and come towards you and start moving and grooving here. But this Knight of Swords is about your person making decisions to do that. Also, finding the right words, because the Knight of Swords energy is about talking and communicating, reaching out to you, and they have been thinking what the right words are or what the right words should be as they make their way towards you to apologize and give you this message of love as well. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? And we have the Five of Cups. Oh my goodness, well, your person's definitely feeling it. A lot of regret, a lot of remorse for those words, actions, and behaviors that were so hurtful to you. Low vibration things that don't belong in this connection. But someone who is emotionally immature is going to act out with low vibration energies, words, and actions. Perhaps some toxic and dysfunctional ones as well. But with this Five of Cups, it is about your person missing you. It is about them longing for you. It is about them having tears over you as well. The Five of Cups is actually the saddest card in all of the tarot. More sad even than the Three of Swords. The Five of Cups is sad because it is about this longing. It is about this desire. It is about your person wondering if they still have a chance. Are you going to hear them out? Will you listen to them? Do you still want them as much as they want you? Because they see and understand in this place of quiet reflection that they need to do something about this before it's too late. But as well, this Five of Cups, it's grieving, feeling the loss, feeling depressed, feeling sad. Your person is feeling all of this at the moment, and for many of you watching the reading, perhaps you are feeling it as well. Because this person has done these things to you that have been so very hurtful and heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. The person knows that they should not have done this, and they are figuring that out in that place of quiet reflection, let me tell you. But they also know that it's time to reach out and apologize before it is too late. The Knight of Swords moves decisively and swiftly and quickly when they are ready to act, when they are ready to follow through. And that is about your person coming towards you with a lot of speed when they are ready to open these lines of communication. But at the moment, they are entrenched in their regret and their remorse and their guilt, being ashamed of themselves, being embarrassed for how they treated you, ashamed for how they acted, as well as all of those words that were so soul-crushing to you. You didn't deserve that from this person. You showed them love. You showed them unconditional love. You were there for them. You encouraged them. You inspired them. You lifted them up when they were going through difficulties. And how did they repay you for that? By breaking your heart, by crushing your spirit. But they're also seeing and understanding that things need to be very different as they come charging out of the gate on this beautiful purple horse here with this beautiful purple mane to make their way towards you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What is coming through, please? And we have the King of Coins. Ooh, things just got really interesting. I love the energy of the King of Coins. Actually, I love the energy of all the kings because they have maturity. They have stability. This person has been doing some growing up. Now, the King of Coins is someone who desires a long-term partnership, and they want this partnership with you. The King of Coins is dependable and reliable. And it is going to be the energy of your person as they return to you to apologize, to see if you are willing to hear them out, to see if you still want them the way that they want you. The King of Coins is an earth sign, so that is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. But as well, the King of Coins sees a future with you. And they want that relationship to be rock solid, built on that number 4 strong foundation that is here. Or that will be here, rather, as your person returns to rebuild this relationship with you. Because with the King of Coins energy being on the table, this person is desiring stability, safety, structure, and they want you to feel all of that as well. They want you to feel safe in this connection with them because they want to make sure that you know that they're not going to run, that they're not going to shut down, that they're not going to ghost you ever again. And that is why they are doing this work to grow up to hit that space of maturity and stability so that when they come back, you can trust them. You'll be able to depend on them. You will be able to rely on them so much, in fact, that you will be able to set your clock by how dependable and reliable and responsible they're going to be as they return as well. Because this person knows they let you down. They know they hurt you. And this King of Coins is the energy of someone who wants to show you that you can have faith in them again, that you can believe in them again, and doing what is necessary to rebuild the trust in this relationship with you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Let's see what else we need to hear. What do we need to know? What messages are coming through? And we have the Seven of Cups. Well, the Seven of Cups is about your person knowing they need to make some choices here and get moving. Get moving and grooving back in your direction. The Seven of Cups also tells us your person has a very wonderful fantasy life about you at the moment. Perhaps in that, yes, romantic and passionate kind of way, with the Seven of Cups being on the table. But the Seven of Cups is also about your person fantasizing, envisioning this life, this future with you, about your home, about what the home would look like, about where it would be, about how you're going to build your future together as a couple, about what your lives would look like. Are you going to have a garden? Are you going to have a yard? Are you going to live in a condo or a high-rise or a townhome? Thinking about all of these things, that as well is part of that King of Coins energy. The King of Coins energy does move very logically, methodically, and sometimes slowly as well, because they are making sure that their plan, King of Coins has a strategy and a plan as well. They want to make sure that that plan is going to be successful, and then they take action, because all kings take action. Just like the Knight of Swords is air of air, the King of Swords is fire of earth. Fire moves and grooves very quickly, and that is going to be the energy of your person as they come towards you. But we already mentioned that with that Knight of Swords. But with this Seven of Cups, your person can also see where they made some very bad choices in the past, kicking themselves for those bad decisions, those poor choices that have caused this situation between the two of you to be where it is right now. And moving forward, with the energy of this King of Coins, this person is going to be making the right choices, the wise decisions. Your person no longer being flighty. They're not going to be impulsive. They're just going to be very methodical in how they rebuild this relationship with you. Now, I don't mean that they're going to be not fun or boring or anything like that. They're going to definitely be much better communicator. They're definitely going to be much more passionate, yes, if you can imagine that, but also so much more loving, because they are hitting that place of emotional maturity that they have needed for a very long time. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? And we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, I love how the Knight of Cups comes under the Knight of Swords. That actually is pretty cool. The Knight of Cups is someone who wants to romance you. The Knight of Cups wants to show up for you and tell you and show you how they feel about you. Sweet romantic gestures, planning great dates for the two of you, making you dinners when they can, if you've had a hard day especially, but just this sweetness, sending you notes, sending you messages throughout the day, responding to your calls or texts with dependability and reliability as well. But the Knight of Cups is someone who wants to tell you how they feel about you. The Knight of Cups is all about talking about love, romance, feelings. The Knight of Cups follows their heart. And it's interesting that the Knight of Cups comes beneath the Knight of Swords, because sometimes the Knight of Swords can be all in their head, of course, because they are air of air. So, of course, they can overthink, they can be impulsive, they can be all in their head. Knight of Cups is all in their heart. So this is going to help bring much more balance to this person, being a combination of in their head and in their heart. In their head when they need to be for making logical decisions, but in their heart when it comes to matters of the heart. and decisions about love and romance and this connection with you. The Knight of Cups is what we call the Prince Charming card, or Princess Charming, as the case may be. This is about your person being overtly romantic when they return to you. Like the page, the Knight is a water sign. So let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? And we have the Nine of Swords. Well, that is definitely supporting that Knight of Swords in someone who is overthinking. This person is thinking a lot. They are dwelling and they are possibly even obsessing about things that have gone wrong, things that they did wrong, taking those thoughts to bed with them and tossing and turning throughout the night, especially with that Five of Cups just being catty corner to it. The Nine of Swords is someone who is overthinking, spending a lot of time doing the what if dance and the woulda, shoulda, coulda dance combined together, one after the other. What if you don't take them back? What if you don't hear them out? What if you don't accept their apology? What if you don't want them? What if, what if, what if, what if? But instead of what ifing, instead of dwelling and obsessing, this person needs to pick out the phone, get that phone out, and send a message to you to see if you are going to hear them out, to see if you will meet them for a coffee so they can apologize to you, to see if you can go for a walk so they can talk to you about why they acted and behaved the ways that they did that were so very hurtful to you, to send you a message to see if you will meet them so that they can apologize to you in person. Because as well, this person needs to relieve a lot of their guilt and their regret that they are carrying around with them. That is a very heavy weight on their heart and on their soul right now. This Nine of Swords, your person tossing and turning at times, and you know what that's like. You take a thought to bed with you, and then you think about that thought, and then that thought grows exponentially to hundreds of thoughts. And by the time you're finished with all of that thinking, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you haven't slept a wink. But you have solved the mysteries of the universe but you're tired, right? I mean, that is that Nine of Swords energy. Also, if your person is overthinking and dwelling and obsessing a lot about you, which is what this is about, actually, you can be picking that up from them, especially with this sorrow and sadness that they are feeling also, because they don't know where they stand in your life. And they are feeling all of it at the moment and feeling bad, feeling horrible, feeling ashamed of themselves. You can pick that up from them because that pathway, that connection between you and this person is still open. Things are still flowing back and forth. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, all of that stuff is flowing back and forth between the two of you, and it can jolt you awake. It can cause you to wonder what's going on with them, especially if you are feeling your own sadness and all of a sudden it just feels like 10 times worse and you're going, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. Why am I feeling so miserable? It's because you're picking it up from them. If you know it's not yours, if you were okay yesterday and then today it just feels really heavy, more than likely it's because they are dwelling, they are obsessing about why they don't have you in their life, and knowing it is because of them, their words, their actions, and other things that caused this rift between the two of you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? And we have the Hanging Man. Well, someone has had a wake-up call with the Hanging Man showing up, because that is about being able to see things very clearly. The Hanging Man is ruled by Pisces. Your person has had a shift in perspective, definitely a shift in perspective, because they have used this time wisely to grow up, to hit that place of emotional maturity. And they are still growing and evolving at this time, because once they hit that place where they are ready to reach out and communicate with you, when they're ready to have an adult conversation with you, they will reach out to you. You don't need to reach out to them. They're going to come towards you. We have 3 cards of communication on the table. And I feel that this is about your person knowing they need to reach out to you, actually, knowing that they need to make the first move, knowing that they need to break the ice between the two of you, knowing that they need to come forward with this apology and these expressions of love, as well as explanations about all of the things that they did that were so hurtful to you and to this connection, but also to them as well, with that 5 of Cups and 9 of Swords being on the table. They're feeling it all themselves. Heavy, heavy is how it feels for this person. But the Hangman is about your person wanting to hold on to you as well. The Hangman is about this person not wanting to release you or this connection or let you go. It is like that song, Stuck on You. Your person not wanting to release this love that they feel for you, but instead wanting to show up and tell you how they feel about you. Well, let's see what else is coming through for this message. What does the collective? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? And we have the 5 of Swords. Well, this is about your person being a little worried as well, with that 9 of Swords coming right before the Hangman. They are a little worried, and they can see where their selfishness, their pride, and their ego, and the drama that they created and brought into this connection with you was just so very unnecessary. They are trying to figure themselves out about how they're going to approach you, but they will find the words. That is something that you do not need to fear. And this is something that this person needs to do. It is part of this process. They need to come for you. They are, though, at the moment, not very happy with themselves. Perhaps feeling a lot of inner turmoil because they know that they brought so much ridiculousness into this connection. Again, feeling ashamed and embarrassed of how they acted, knowing that they were selfish, knowing that they had too much pride and ego to do the right thing, and so they just shut down and ran away because of their emotional immaturity. But with that King of Coins being above this, your person has grown up. They are growing up. They are hitting that space of this emotional maturity and stability that they need in order to come towards you. And this is something that this person will follow through and take action on, because this person doesn't like their life without you. That is evident in this reading with the 9 of Swords and that 5 of Cups and that 7 of Cups, actually. And your person wanting to hold on to you. Your person wanting to follow their heart, to come back to you. Only this time, the heart is going to win over the brain. Love is going to win over their fears and their insecurities and everything else. But we'll use some oracle cards now and see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Bear Spirit, healing. This card comes with number 4. Wahoo! Number 4. Yes, 4. You guys resonating with number 4, it's coming up so much. But that, I think, is actually a good sign. It's some sort of message from the universe. Now, the number 4 is obviously the 4th month associated with April. Maybe that is why it's coming up. It can also be the 4th of any month. Anyone resonate with bears? I prefer to resonate with teddy bears as opposed to real bears. Although I love panda bears and koala bears, but I don't think I'd like to come face to face with a grizzly. But bears do represent healing. And this is about your person finding that healing within. They need to heal. They need to let go of things that have been holding them back. And that is what this healing Bear Spirit card is all about. But if anyone resonates with bears or Bear Spirit as your spirit animal or totem, that as well is a validation for you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? Frog Spirit. Well, we have Bear Spirit and Frog Spirit. Frog Spirit is about renewal. And there we have a little frog wearing a crown. I think that frog then has finally become the prince. No more kissing frogs, anybody. It is time to just kiss your prince or princess, or I'm just using that as an explanation, guys. There's also a lot of little fairies all over this card and representing the magic that is in this connection with your person. believing in the magic as well that is here between the two of you. Now, this frog spirit card comes with number 20. If anyone resonates with number 20, although that could be the 20th of the month, it also resolves to 2. So it could be February, it could be the 2nd of a month. But the number 2 is about union, which is what your person is wanting with you if you are willing to hear them out. Renewal. This is about your person wanting to renew this connection. Oh, look how well that card blends with that King of Coins. Very springtimey as well, isn't it? That frog renewal, that frog spirit renewal card. Is that when tadpoles come out in the spring? Not that I need to sit here and have a conversation about the life cycle of tadpoles or frogs, actually, but this is about your person wanting to start fresh and start over with you with this renewal card. But they're also renewing themselves. They are growing and evolving, and they are changing so that they can become a better person. And by becoming a better person, they're going to be able to become a better partner so that when they come back, you can renew this connection with them in a much higher level playing field than where it was before, in a much higher vibration. No more of those low vibration energies coming from your person. Just your person coming back with the sense of being reborn, going through this growth and change that they have needed to go through for a very long time. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? Well, that's what it looks like. This heart card, beautiful. All those trees. Again, I'm feeling springtime for some of you. And we are in spring now until the 21st of June. That's when the summer solstice is and when summer officially starts, the way that I look at things from that Celtic tree of life stuff. But life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. And I feel that this is about surrender. I feel that this is about release. This is about just letting go and going with the flow of everything that is happening in your life, you guys watching the reading, and everything that is happening in this connection with your person as well. Because when you resist that change, you're just going to end up very stressed, very melancholy, very 9 of Swords yourself. Because ultimately you can't control what is happening here. Your person can control some of it, obviously, by picking up the phone and hitting that magical green button. But as well, the powers that be are also controlling it because there is a divine plan in this connection. So it really is under the auspices of divine timing, the divine timing of the universe. It will happen when it needs to happen. It will happen when it's ready to happen. It will happen when it's meant to happen as well. And we have no control over these things in our lives. And when we just accept that and surrender to the divine and to the divine plan and divine timing, it takes a heavy weight off your shoulders, because we have to consider that the powers that be, God, the divine, the universe, your angels and guides, whatever your higher power is, ultimately, they have a way more power than we do anyway, because they don't sleep. They are always awake. They are always open. All we have to do is reach out and ask them for help. And do not be shy about asking your angels and guides for help, guys. That's why they're here. That's why we have them. That's why they love us. That's why they want the best for us. That's why they protect us and guide us and direct us through things that are going on in our lives. So if you feel worried about anything, if you feel stressed about things and you can't sleep because you perhaps are overthinking about all of this and dwelling on this person, perhaps even obsessing about them as well, or because you're picking up their energy, all you have to do is reach out to your people, to your angels, to your guides, and ask them to turn down the volume of all of that stuff or turn it off completely. Or if you know it's coming from this person, return it to the sender. Because you don't have to deal with that stuff that's keeping you awake and unable to sleep, because you need to be able to take care of yourselves as well. Many people will resist change, and when we try to resist that change, which is what's happened for your person in this connection, when they ran, when they shut down, and all of that stuff was them resisting change. The powers that be just turn up the heat anyway, because when it's time to change, we truly do need to change. And we can resist it for a while, but then eventually it hits this place where we have no choice but to go through that change and hit that space of renewal. I feel like part of me is missing without you. Well, yes, I feel this person does miss you, and that is very evident with that Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And you probably feel that something is missing without your person being in your life as well, because you truly belong together. Your souls have traveled together. Many, many, many lifetimes the two of you have traveled with each other. And this is about your person acknowledging that you belong together. They are just hoping that you are going to hear them out, that you are going to allow them back into your heart and into your life. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? You have unlocked a part of me that I didn't know existed. Well, perhaps your person never believed in real love. Perhaps your person has never been loved. Perhaps they've never experienced true love. But as well, this is telling us that you unlocked their heart, that they had tried to shut down. They tried to build a wall around their heart. They tried to drop a curtain between the two of you so that they were not going to allow you in, because they didn't have that emotional maturity to be able to have those kind of conversations with you that are emotionally intimate. But this person is allowing you to unlock that lock because you have the key. You hold the key to this person's heart, just like they do for you. And you have revealed something to this person that they did not know existed, which is why they are feeling that without you, part of them is missing. And they want to get back what is missing. And that missing piece is you, because you fit together so well with each other. Where do we go from here? Well, I feel that this is about your person trying to figure things out. Where do you go from here? Your person knows that they need to reach out. They know that they need to make the first move. They know that they need to open these lines of contact. And that is what the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and that Page of Cups is about. They know that they need to ping that ball over to you to see what you are going to do with it. They also know that it's time for them to act. They know that they need to do something. They know that they need to show up for you in ways that they have not shown up for you before. But that as well is part of their strategy and part of their plan. It's just that you are in this place of divine timing, trusting in the divine plan of the universe so that this person can return to you at the right time. You don't want them to come back before they are fully ready. Because if they come back before they're fully ready, or fully healed, or have let go of all of that stuff that has held them back, their fears and their insecurities and everything else, you do realize what will happen. This will happen again. And you don't want that. And I don't want that for you. Your person doesn't want it either. I still don't know how I can't get these things centered on this table. It's just going to be how it's going to be, but it does create this little bit of anxiety in me when they're not equal. But back to the reading, your person needs to show up when they are fully healed, when they have embraced that bear spirit and come out of that place of isolation to come towards you. When they reach out to you and start talking to you, that is when you will know that they are fully ready. And sometimes it's better to wait a little bit longer and have them fully on the other side of all of that stuff then have them come back for a little while to give you a little boost, to make you talk, to have conversations with you and to spend time with you, and then have them disappear again, that is going to be emotionally devastating for you. And then you will definitely be in that Nine of Swords and Five of Cups space yourself. And that is just a cycle that you don't want to get into, because there are probably some people who watch this channel who have been in that cycle of hot and cold, on and off. And that is the emotional roller coaster ride that you do not want to get on. Danger, Will Robinson. That is not a fun ride at all. So try to have patience with this person. Allow them to work through their stuff so that when they return, they are going to be able to let down their guard and open their heart to you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? Love redefined. Romance. Well, Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created an opportunity for a new chapter with the possibility of cultivating healthy relationships. Well, yes, because your person has needed to love themselves. And in loving themselves, they can love you better. That is something that we all need to be aware of. Self-love is very important, not in that egotistical way, because that's not self-love. That's just false bravado and wearing a mask. Loving yourself is the greatest gift of all. Because when you love yourself, you are truly available to love others. When you take care of you. And I feel that this is about your person. By healing and working through this stuff, they are loving themselves. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Patience needed. Well, we've been talking about this today, guys, a little bit. But we do have that King of Coins here. Be mindful not to rush or push your agenda at this time. Trust in timing and less in instant gratification. Having patience allows everything to unfold as it should. The seeds have now been planted. Let them grow. And that is exactly what is happening. All of the seeds for this relationship have been planted. The seeds between you and this person. That makes me think of that card, the Seven of Pentacles, because that is about waiting to reap the harvest. And that is what really is happening here. You are waiting to reap this harvest as this person returns. And that is very much about giving them the time and space that they need so that they can come back when they are ready. Many times these things will not unfold in our time frame. Trust in the divine plan. Know that the divine plan is at work in this connection. Know that the hands of God and your angels and guides are at work in this connection as well. And when you surrender, like this card talks about, this heart card, and trust in the natural flow of life and the natural flow of this connection and what is happening, things can change. Just by surrendering, you are releasing this heavy burden of carrying all of this on your shoulders. Surrender to all of this. Your person as well is surrendering to this connection and surrendering to the divine in regard to this divine plan that is here between the two of you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What else do we need to know? This is an angel number card, and it is 999. Do we have any nines on the table today? I don't see any nines. I don't see any nines, but 999 is about self-love. Didn't we just talk about self-love? We did somewhere. The foundation of all love is self-love, and that is very true. The angels urge you to practice self-care and self-compassion, as this will lead to more fulfilling relationships and harmonious relationships. So, what are you going to do for yourselves today, guys, that show you how much you love yourself? This is a message for you, actually, you guys watching the reading, but it is also a message that your person is learning how to love themselves, because when you love yourself, it gives you a greater probability of cultivating healthy adult relationships that come with adult conversations about thoughts, about feelings, about everything else. Because your person knows that they've needed to grow up for quite some time. And you have been this tremendous catalyst for change in this person's life. They tried to resist this connection. They tried to resist going through the growth that they needed to go through. But ultimately, as I already mentioned, they have to go through it anyway. It just is harder. The more you resist, the more you deny, the more you run and everything else. But the change is happening for this person. Because they want to come back. They want this opportunity to show you that they are different. That they have renewed themselves and raised their vibration, and that they want to talk to you, see you, spend time with you, so that you can see these changes in them, so that you have this opportunity to come together and build a brighter future with each other. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you watching today. Have a great day, everyone.